Hi, good morning. 41-year-old Chinese electronics company TCL, primarily known for their monitors, their displays, and TVs, but they can also be considered an electronics conglomerate as they make tons of other products such as mobile phones, has been jaw-jacking and lip-smacking around the tech space and video game industry about an updated PS5 and Xbox Series console coming in 2023-2024. I want to go ahead and open the door and squeeze a whore. Nope. Drop these rumors on the floor and get a little more in-depth and detailed about what they're talking about. Yes, there will be an upgrade or revision to the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series brother platform. Will it happen in 2023? I don't believe so. Will it happen in 2024? That's more likely. Are they going to be more powerful? Yeah, for sure. Are they going to be more expensive? Yeah, a little bit. Kevin, how do you know all this information? It's literally my job. Let's get it. Alrighty, Stallions, welcome to the Gamer Heaven. I'm your host, AK40 Kevin. I'm going to live in a circle in the corner of my screen, and we're going to talk about these articles I have pulled up, which are absolutely blowing up in the video game industry, at least gaming news-wise, because of a statement made by Chinese tech giant TCL. And don't get it mistaken, they are a tech giant. If you come over to their Wikipedia page over here, they've been in the game for 41 years old. They started out making cassettes, and now they make television sets, smartphones, air conditioners, washing machines, refrigerators, so smart home appliances. I know it's weird that we're in a world where washing machines and refrigerators can be considered smart devices, but they do Bluetooth to your phone now and have touchscreens and stuff. Anyway, it was reported in 2019 they're making about $10.7 billion in revenue, so just slightly under my annual income, so they're doing pretty well for themselves. That's a joke. I can barely keep the lights on in this place. They have 35,000 employees, and they also own several subsidiaries, most notably BlackBerry Mobile. Not that anybody uses Blackberries anymore. I have 4 articles pulled up. They're all saying the same information. These all came out less than 24 hours ago. This one's from Games Radar. This is GameSpot. This is Tweaktown, who I've not only never heard of before, but I've definitely never cited them in any gaming news in the past. And then this one is for VentureBeat over here. I guess this ad is saying if you have an 8K TV, you also get a complimentary Lamborghini in the driveway. So these sections of this article I highlighted are going to be the takeaway of this video. If you listen to nothing else I say over the next 5 or 6 minutes, just listen to these sentences here. TCL revealed that a new PlayStation and Xbox are coming in the next 2 years. At least that's the news according to the slide the company presented during a media event in Poland. Does TCL know something that we don't? No, this is just speculation from a company that is running out of buzzwords to sell TVs. When I heard this news that it was TCL that was announcing this, that was the first thing that popped into my head was, okay, they're just looking for attention because they're substantially smaller than other display technology companies out there such as Samsung, Vizio, Sony, etc. Is this confirmation of new hardware upgrades coming from Sony and Microsoft? Absolutely not. TCL was just speculating. You can tell because they put the information up on big letters on stage. If the company knew what it was talking about, then it would be under an NDA or non-disclosure agreement. Absolutely. Sony and Microsoft, if they had leaked this information to any reputable companies, which TCL is a reputable company, they would have had them sign an NDA. Does this mean that we're not getting a PS5 Pro, an Xbox Series Pro, or XSP? Absolutely not. In fact, I do want to look at some numbers over here to kind of prove that we are going to have a midlife refresh, but TCL doesn't have confirmation of this. And the main reason what they have to benefit from pushing this information on stage is the fact that they are trying to announce a new upcoming lineup of 8K TVs. And as 8K is not the norm, the standard 3840 by 2160 or 4K is now the standard or norm. I wouldn't even bother with like a 1080p or lower. I'm talking about with TVs. My PC monitor is 1440p. 8K content such as static videos and also dynamic entertainment like video games that you actually control is something we can look forward to, much like cloud gaming, but it is not where it needs to be, and it is not the standard norm, and it's not affordable. It's not going to be in every American home anytime soon, but that they would like it to be so. And that's why they're mentioning these new consoles, because they're trying to say that they're going to have native 8K support. Well, the funny thing is, the box of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X both have an 8K placard. They both can display an 8K image out of that HDMI 2.1 port. However, one of the first things I said when those consoles were announced is that we are not going to see 8K gaming, and if we do, it's going to be at under 30 frames per second. Unless it is a non-photo realistic graphic game, like maybe a cartoony game like Ori, which is currently 4K 120. It's actually one of the only titles on the PS5 that's 4K 120. Anyway, some of these articles are absolutely ridiculous, and I know that they're just looking for reads and traffic to their website. For example, Games Radar over here. They're pushing written forums, which is already a dying method of people getting the news. They'd rather just watch a YouTuber or a live streamer cover it. A few months earlier in March, another report claimed that the PS5 Pro would launch next year. That's not happening. With potentially double the performance. That's also not happening. That's a ridiculous claim. Just like the Nvidia rumors saying that the 40 series cards are going to have double the performance of a 3090 Ti. That's not actually physically possible. There's only so many CUDA cores, teraflops, and ray tracing units that can get packed into a PCB or printed circuit board, and there's not enough consumer grade silicon in the world to literally double the performance of a card in 1 year, unless we discovered some kind of alien technology or something, like a different type of material, like some adamantium or something, kryptonite nugget that you put inside of your GPU or something. Then yes, that might unlock these possibilities for us. Ew. Stock consoles. Gross. Put a wrap on it or something. Spray paint it. Do something with it. Jesus. I'm just kidding. Nothing wrong with the stock consoles. They look beautiful. I like to call them ebony and ivory, or a little chocolate vanilla treat when you have them both in your entertainment center. It's delicious. All right, get this article out of my face. Now, I like how the journalist at GameSpot approached this. He even subtitled it with, "Not sure about that, Chief, because this is a ridiculous claim and it has no substantial evidence behind it. It's just them trying to push 8K TVs. TCL claims these consoles will provide 60 to 120 frames per second resolution at 4K. Well, we're already getting a lot of games at 4K 60. However, that's with ray tracing turned off. In a lot of games that do have ray tracing available, when you pump that on, you're looking at about 4K 30. That's what we've seen thus far with the PS5 and the Series X, as well as the ability to display 8K. Again, they can currently do that. But like I mentioned, that will mostly be seen with streaming 8K videos or watching 8K ultra Blu-ray discs. Most likely not going to apply to gaming unless you don't care about having a playable frame rate and you don't mind your game looking like somebody dancing under a strobe light at a disco, all skippy and glitchy and whatnot. But right here, this is something I do want to touch on. There is a pattern for mid-generation refreshes that happens 3 to 4 years after the base console's launch. That is correct. The PS4 launched on November 15th of 2013. Same month, November, because that's when these midlife refreshes tend to launch. In 2016, the PS4 Pro was released. The Xbox One launched November of 2013. Have you noticed that most of these major console drops happen in November? It's almost like that's the standard Q3/Q4 release time frame. Microsoft took their time to release the One S and X on 2017. No, the One S actually released a little bit earlier. I know because I had one. I had a One S and then I upgraded to the One X, and that was god dang, that's still a good console to this day. So yes, it is very common that Microsoft and Sony pump out these midlife refreshes, these intergenerational devices, so not a brand new console, but like the Switch OLED is a midlife refresh. It's not a brand new console. It's not the Super Switch or the Switch Pro. It's just a Switch 1.5 pretty much. But here's why I think the midlife refresh of the 9th generation of home consoles, which would be the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series Brothers, and well, if we had a Switch Pro, it'd be in there as well. The Valve Steam Deck, even though that's not a console, it's a handheld PC, I would loop that in there with the 9th generation of gaming. These consoles have been out for 1 year, 6 months, and 2 weeks as of making this video. The Series S and X launched on November 10th, 2020, and the PlayStation 5 Brothers, I guess you could call them, it's the same console, but you have the digital only and then the optical disc version, came out November 12th, 2020. People are still struggling to get their hands on those consoles. The Series S is a little bit more readily available. I've seen them at Walmart, Best Buy. I actually purchased mine like launch week from Best Buy pretty easily. But the big boys, the Series X and the PS5, are still sold out everywhere. Granted, the scalping price has come down substantially. Now, scalpers are charging about $80 to $150 upcharge, which is much better than the 300% upcharge. People were spending $1,500 on a $500 console, around $530 with tax. Anyway, I've said anyway a lot in this video, like the period at the end of a sentence. Anyway. Weird. I need a haircut. Anyway, my facial hair's growing in patchy. Anyway, statistically, yes, we have had a midlife refresh on consoles about 3 to 4 years after. However, this generation, the 9th generation of home consoles, might be slightly different because of the silicon shortage. However, it might not. And there is already a patent that was filed. I covered that news. It was like directly after the PlayStation 5 launch. Sony actually filed a patent for a PlayStation 5, or what appeared to be a new console that was not the PS5 that we have now, that had dual GPUs, more internal storage, more RAM, and more beefy internal cooling. I believe it used vapor chambers, heat sinks, and like dual fans. But the thing is, that doesn't really mean shit because Sony files patents for everything. They had a controller that was literally a banana, like a full-blown get your potassium in the morning banana with buttons in it. Let me just show you this real quick so you know I'm not just blowing smoke up your tuck. Because Sony filed a patent for a system that could turn bananas and other household items into PlayStation controllers. Look at these pictures too. This is ridiculous. Keep in mind, this is a real patent. Weird, right? But my point by showing showing you that article is the fact that Sony files patents for damn near everything, and a lot of times they don't use them. Sony probably has dozens of patents just sitting there that they want to go ahead and get trademarked and locked down so other companies don't snag the ideas. For example, how they got into that litigation process with D-Brands because D-Brands made those dark plates, those colored side plates for their PlayStation 5s before Sony. Actually, those aren't, I don't know why I'm pointing to that. That's not D-Brands. I actually just spray painted those ones matte black. But anyway, damn it, I did it again. Anyway, I never used to say anyway that often. I did say a lot of ers and ums about 2 years ago before I got more confident with my microphone and camera presence. Anyway, god dang it. But my point simply is that Sony and Microsoft file patents for products that they never end up using. But I do think there will be a pro or midlife refresh. Is it going to have double the performance? No, it'll probably have a 15 to 30% increase in performance. I don't think it's going to have double the performance, because double the performance would be 4K 120, because right now we're seeing a norm of 4K 60 and 8K 60 or 8K 30. I don't really see home consoles being able to push that performance in a 2-year time frame. Like I said, Alien Technologies, little adamantium graphics cards and whatnot, they most likely will be about $100 more expensive, so $600. I'd be shocked if they kept it at the $500 price point. All the articles I had pulled up will be cited or sourced down there in the description below, as I do anytime I cover any news in the gaming community and industry. Now it is your turn. Jump down there in the comments section below and give me your opinion as to if there is going to be new generation consoles, if you'd buy them if they did release, what price you think would be acceptable, and what new specs or performance would you like to see out of these consoles. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, liking it helps it to get seen by more gamers. This information will reach and assist them as well, which in turn helps me grow this little channel, which I do greatly appreciate. Subscribe for more content like this. I cover news in the gaming community and industry, tutorials helping you get set up streaming and YouTubing, as well as honest gaming product reviews, keyboards, mice, headsets, controllers, mics, chairs, etc. There are some hefty exclusive discount codes found only in the description of my videos and only for the audience here at Gamer Heaven. Check out Into the AM for some of the sickest looking and most comfortable cloth to ever grace my gaming giblets. If you don't want to be scorching your corneas with harmful blue light, check out Gamer Advantage, the only blue light glasses on the market that look sexy and actually work. If you're looking for a custom controller that'll blow the competition's tits back, AIM definitively has the best bang for buck or price to performance when it comes to Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch controllers. Nope, they don't do Switch, but they do gaming mice. I said doo-doo. I have links to all my other platforms and socials in the description below. If you need a quick laugh or blast of gamer adrenaline, check my short form videos out at TikTok. To get in touch with myself and the Stallions and Stallionettes of Gamer Heaven, join the community Discord, and check me out at twitch.tv where I go live every other leap year on a blue moon if it falls into an odd calendar number, and my pH balance is on point. Just kidding, starting June I'm going to be live streaming a lot. Thanks for watching. This has been AK40 Kevin hosting Gamer Heaven, and I'll see you tomorrow because I upload daily, all the time, 60% of the time, sometimes, most of the time. Peace.